Good morning, friends. Susan here behind the camera. It's December 20th. You're looking at our most recent rescue from the Unadilla auction. This mare's name is RAHY'S Colors. Her identity has been confirmed by her tattoo and her markings through the Jockey Club database. She's probably about 300 pounds underweight, very thin, covered in mud, very sore and exhausted. She's a young mare. She's only 13 years old. She sold through the auction as an old sorrel mare, sorrel being the word used for chestnut, primarily in quarter horse or grade type breeds. We refer to a horse of this color as chestnut in the thoroughbred world. She is as sweet and lovely and cuddly as can be. Very, very hungry. She spent a lot of time just laying down, sleeping, and resting. She herself didn't race, but she was bred at the age of 3. Her foals have sold for 6 figures through the auction ring. She herself sold through Keeneland. Her foals have earned over $300,000 or so. We don't know how she ended up at the Unadilla auction. There will no doubt be the story that, it wasn't the racing or breeding community that dumped her. It was somebody else. Well, friends, I am a former owner and breeder, exercise rider, a person who foaled horses for many breeders in the state of New York for many, many years. And I can tell you as a past connection, I do my level best to keep track of every horse that I've had my hands on, that I've been involved with, and to be a lifeline when they need it. And when the racing community says it's not their fault, I disagree. Every thoroughbred is purposefully brought into this world for racing, most of them. Some are bred for show horses. If they're registered with the Jockey Club, they're probably likely intended for competition and sport, and they certainly, in this day and age of technology, can be kept track of. And nothing disgusts me more than to find a beautiful horse like this, who was once prized, who was fat and shiny, and loved and respected and hoped upon when she was prepared to go to sale at Keeneland, when she produced babies that people stood in the winner's circle with, when she produced foals that in turn produced tens of thousands of dollars in breeders' awards. Where are those past connections? Where are they now? Where is their funding to protect and safeguard the future of RAHY'S Colors, along with the 50 other horses we have in sanctuary who have been bred by the top people in the world who are active participants in racing and breeding, who have big farms, big communities? I don't know how they can sleep at night. For me, as a past connection, I feel a moral responsibility and an obligation to the horses that I unilaterally chose to bring into this world. And that is the change in behavior and attitude and approach to thoroughbreds that we advocate for at Unbridled, so that all thoroughbreds are protected and don't end up in the slaughter pipeline, to create a model for all breeds of horses to be safeguarded, to be protected, and to not fall prey to the slaughter pipeline, or as the thoroughbred industry says, fall through the cracks. What does it say about people who breed horses, who own horses, who race them, who stand in the winner's circle with them, and yet they turn their back on these horses in their most dire hour of need? The only other bidder for RAHY'S Colors was the local meat broker, the slaughter broker. But for the generosity of the individuals who support Unbridled, this mare would have been on a broker lot with a deadline on her life. Instead, she's here home at Unbridled, And thanks to the generosity of our supporters, we were able to also rescue her friend that she came in with, a Percheron with limited sight, who sought to protect the chestnut mare, to protect RAHY'S colors as best she could. Because we believe in the sanctity inherent in every equine life. And we honor the bonds of friendship any opportunity we have to inspire people to understand how deeply horses are emotionally and socially bonded. They do so much for us and they ask for so little in return. And how it is that horses like RAHY'S Color, with the army of people who owned her in the past, wasn't protected and let to fall into these hands in this situation that landed her at the Unadilla auction, we may never know. But what we will never understand is how each and every past participant in her life doesn't step up to protect her future by contributing to it. You know, it costs us the same, friends, at Unbridled to feed thoroughbreds as it does thoroughbreds who are owned and bred and raced for profit. This beautiful girl, look at the backbone sticking through on her, has already carried 5 foals. She has foals that are still racing. And here she is, starving, exhausted, sore. And but for you, thank God for you, was able to be rescued from the Unadilla auction. She would have slipped through, not known as a thoroughbred. Her breed was not announced. An old sorrel mare, supposedly 16 or 17. Not, dear friends. She's RAHY'S Colors with big past connections, and I hope that they will see this video and step up and help to support and protect her future that she is so deserving of after doing all that has been asked of her. If we are not morally responsible towards the animals we bring into this world, what are we, dear friends? What are we?